Yeah, my mum is not okay with it.
Really?
Like, I told her when I first moved in, and she was like, are you kidding? Like, do you not have money? Do I need to put more money? And I'm like, Mum, it's fine. Like, the stuff is fine. She's like, that's disgusting. Like, you should not be doing that. You should not be eating out of a bin. That's, like, not right. You're going to get sick. You'll get food poisoning. And I'm like, Mum, it's actually fine. Like,
Right now, food waste is a huge issue globally. In Australia, we throw out $8 billion worth of edible food every year. For every 5 bags of shopping, an average family household will throw out 1 whole bag of edible food because it goes out of date or they don't need it. 18 to 24-year-olds are one of the biggest single wasteful groups in Australia. So we decided to meet up with a few students who found an interesting way to put an end to the waste.
Apples, always apples.
Potatoes.
Tomatoes.
Mushrooms and plastic packaging.
Dumpster diving is about rescuing edible food from supermarket bins. Most fruit and veg that Monique finds is totally edible. It just needs a wash.
You'll do a big shop and you'll buy all these fruit and vegetables, but you won't plan your meals or make sure that you use as much food as you can and not waste it before it goes off.
I'd rather minimise waste in my life, and this is one way to minimise waste.
Because if you get the smallest blemish on, say, a banana, they chuck it out, even if it's perfectly ripe.
So Monique took us to a supermarket up the road to show us exactly how much food is being wasted every day.
What have we tonight? We've got some tomatoes and zucchinis, but see, people won't pay money for this stuff if it's got these blemishes and stuff on it.
Would you say it's edible?
Yeah, completely. It's just some things are a little bit too soft.
You can actually scrape away most of the edge, just peel it back, and then it'll be totally fine. So, yeah, just be sensible about what you're eating. Cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, completely. There might be a couple in there that are still a bit off, but for the most part.
What's wrong with that?
No idea, maybe use by date? 17th of August, yeah, that'd be it.
Well, things are off by expiry dates, but like, they're totally fine. Like yogurt, often enough, will last like weeks after. Like, but they chuck it out.
It's pretty confronting, kind of stuff that was being thrown out. We just don't like leaving a mess, obviously going through the bins, leaving rubbish on the street. So we just make sure that we put all the rubbish back in, anything that flies away as well. Banana! Alrighty. So we're just going to take it home now and we'll wash it all to make sure that it's all okay, and anything that we've grabbed that isn't edible we'll also throw out then. But yeah, you just got to make sure that you wash it. Wash our hands as well, it's pretty bin juicy. Yeah.
Monique reckons that just from this one night, they've probably saved about $40 to $50 on their weekly food bill.
Tonight we've got some oranges, apples, some spinach, lettuce stuff, but some of it's not very nice. That's why they can't sell it, but what you do is you just pick out bits that you're not going to eat. Garlic, heaps of potatoes. They're just a little bit soft, that's why they've been thrown out. And stuff like this is why it's been thrown out, because it's got a blemish. And obviously, like, you're not going to eat that, and you're not going to pay money for it if you find it in the shop. But all you have to do is chop it off, and it's like the rest of the piece of fruit is completely fine to eat. This is like super nice pasta, so I think that would generally be like $5 a packet or something like that. This is what we've just made for dinner from all the dumpstered stuff. Got onions, garlic, tomatoes, and then the pasta. Got some mushrooms here that we're going to chuck in a little while. It's really yummy. It always makes me pretty cross that this would have gone to the bin when it could feed me for a week at least. If I cooked up a big pasta with this tomatoes and didn't share it with everyone, then I'd have a frozen meal for every night for this whole week. and that's pretty sad. And this is just one tiny grocer in a small part of Sydney. Like, if you think about this and how much this one store is throwing out, and then you think about like the whole of Australia and how much food is going to waste, not just from shops straight into dumpsters, but people's homes and stuff going off after they buy it as well. It's just really, really sad. It's really sad.
I'm in Holdridge, Nebraska, outside of the local grocery store, and all this food around me came from the trash. One dumpster outside of here had enough food to feed me for the next 3 months. And I'll just show you some of the stuff I got. This entire box here is completely full of fruit salads and fruit that are just 2 days expired. Tomatoes, here's some grape nuts. This box here is full of avocados. Yeah, they're a little squished, but they're totally still good. Tons of bananas at their prime. Bags of spinach. Stuff like, I can't believe it's not butter. I mean, we all know this stuff doesn't ever go bad. Peaches, apples. What do we got here? Chunks of watermelon. This expired 4 days ago. We've got naked pomegranate blueberry drinks, and these are definitely not going bad. I mean, they're in a sealed container. That's pretty much exactly what I needed right now too. And then, I mean, on top of that, we've got all of these sandwiches. And every single one of these expired today, May 27th, 2013. So, I mean, they're not even really expired, and they were all perfectly good in a box. We've got chef's salads that are still good, potatoes and gravy, packed on May 24th, 3 days ago, expires today. Bags of chips, more watermelon, and just apples that are, again, I mean, still perfectly good. If I put this on your plate, you would have no idea that this came from a dumpster, which you can see right over there, that brown dumpster. So much food. I got, there was like 5 of these orange juices in there, and I would say this right here, what you see, is probably about maybe a 50th or 100th of the total food in there. Literally, they could have fed, I mean, at least 50 families this weekend with the food that was all in there. Still good, and obviously a lot of it's good, healthy food too. Even these bananas are even organic. So one thing I'm learning on this trip is that we do not have a shortage of food in the United States. The only thing we have is a distribution problem. The food is here, we're just not giving it to people in the right way. And one other thing that's absolutely horrible about this is a lot of these foods traveled thousands of miles. This came from Colombia. Colombia is probably 4,000 miles from here. So this traveled 4,000 miles to go to a dumpster. First it had to be grown, which takes all sorts of resources. Then it had to be shipped to the United States, which takes fuel and time and money. And then it had to be distributed here within the United States. And then they had to take the time to throw it away. That is a lot of time, energy, and money to put something in the trash. So I'm not saying that I have the solutions, but what I can say is that one thing we could do is we could compost all this rather than putting it in the landfill. We're in Nebraska. It's full of cows and pigs. Maybe pigs could eat it. And I mean, most importantly, the food's still good. We could give it to people who are in need. So there's a lot of different ways this food could get distributed, rather than just putting in these valuable resources in the dumpster. So we're gonna run over there and go check out the dumpster real quick, and I'll show you real quick how much more food there was in there. So this thing, if you look back here, is just loaded with food. All these boxes, you can't even tell. I mean, check this out. 20-pound bag of potatoes, 10-pound bag of potatoes. That is not going bad. This whole thing is just completely loaded with food. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. We've got no shortage of food in the United States. We've got a distribution problem.
Dumpster diving is taking food that businesses throw out at the end of the day. Because I think once it goes in the dumpster, it's not theirs anymore.
Two covert operations
Going at once.
simultaneously.
Use cardboard. And the man was very menacing.
Did he come towards you?
Yeah.
Smoking?
No, he just like came to like, I don't know, suss some shit out.
You're so brave, the fact that you even saw that was cardboard.
First I thought it was like gross and like eating trash.
Crusty rolls. Okay, I need a separate bag.
Still like joined together, fresh out of the oven.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all in bags and it's like so ridiculously fresh and good and fine.
All of that has salami on it, but like we're a vegetarian house, so we won't really take the salami stuff, but
I kind of wish we could like give it to non-vegetarian people. Such a waste of meat.
Packaged items there. It's like some sort of sweet scroll. Nice. Like minty. I had no idea because my friend invited me. It was free food, so I was like, yeah, I'll go. It's free food. And then he told me it was dumpstered, and I was like, no, it's not. That's disgusting. But then after doing some research about it, it's just an amazing concept.
We just got a bag filled with fresh potatoes, about 5 corn on the cobs, is that what you call it?
yeah.
Some onions and an orange. Good stuff.
Gonna make garlic bread. So this is some dumpster bread, and I'm just chopping it up, put some oil and garlic, and then put it in the grill. And we've got corn to make corn on the cob, all that, and potato fritters here. And in the oven we've got 2 potato bakes going on. This is gonna be a feast.
Yeah, I'm glad we went to that Woolworths.
Yeah, that was cool. We wouldn't be eating this meal if we didn't.
It's important to cover your tracks up again, because if you're constantly like breaking the bags open and leaving a mess, they're gonna catch on. And so it's a really good idea to seal up and not show any trace.